Hi, and welcome to Healy Fit with your instructor, Jen. For more, don't forget to subscribe, like, or select notifications. Today, I have a Yogalates practice for you. We're going to intermingle both disciplines. Starting at the front edge of the mat, we'll raise our hands up to the sky. Extend the fingertips, open up along the backs of the hands, and then slowly reach the arms around to the front of you, curving along the back body. Good, so we're gonna inhale, light backward bend as you reach the arms up, look towards the sky, tuck the chin in lightly as you bring the hands back to the front. Let's do that 2 more times. Up and extend, down and curve along the back, almost like a standing cat-cow. Let's do that 1 more time. Awesome. Hold here. Slowly start to melt down towards your mat. Reach your hands to the floor, curve along the back body, let your head hang, let your shoulders open up along the back of the body, and stretch those hamstrings and glutes. Fingertips right in front of you, eye gaze forward into your Ardha Uttanasana, your flat back posture, and then we'll step 1 foot back. Good. So we're going to start with the right leg back, left leg forward. Hold low lunge, push that left leg out to the side. And then if you're up for it, you can slowly start to rotate all the way into what I call wonky plank. It is a plank with a big hip opener into that front left hip. As you come back forward, you can drop that back knee down, release the top of the foot, and let's come into a hamstring stretch or kneeling pyramid pose. Go ahead, open up from heel to hip, and then slowly hinge forward. Let's bring the hands inside arch of the foot, walk the foot out a little bit wider, and then release down into your lizard lunge. Now you can have that back knee up or down, whatever suits you, and we'll try it a little bit differently on the other side. But remember to listen to your body throughout each pose. As you rise up, let's slowly walk the foot back in towards the mat, lift the back knee, unfold the front knee, and come into pyramid standing. You can pivot that back heel around so that the whole foot makes contact with the floor, and you may also lift the front toes up as you hinge forward, getting a deep stretch, again, heel to hip. Slowly release, come into a knee bend, hands to the floor, step back into plank, rock forward, exhale into Chaturanga Dandasana, the bottom phase of your push-up. Inhale, lift into Cobra or maybe into Up Dog, looking through the eyebrows towards the sky, and then slowly push and sit back into Child's Pose. Good, still warming up, so let's do a few exercises on our hands and knees. Coming into tabletop, let's go into cat to cow, tucking the chin in, arch up through the back, and then release the belly, coming into your cow pose. Do that a few more times. Feel the stretch across the back body, from the back of the neck to the hips, and then release along the abdomen from chest, again, to hips. Good, let's do 1 more movement, cat to cow. And then hold here. From tabletop, rock forward and then rock back. Good, so we're warming up along the wrists here. You want to feel a light stretch along the forearms. 1 more forward and back in this position, then we're going to change your hand position. Good, so turn your fingertips inward, rock forward, and rock back. Awesome. After this one, let's roll the hands, fingertips facing outward, away from one another, and again, rock forward and back. Good, so we're feeling the difference along the wrist, along the forearm, keeping the shoulders spread across the back, just keep rocking forward and back, and then let's go in for the big stretch. You're going to turn your hands in to face you, and this one we're not going to rock, we're just going to kind of hold it. Feel the stretch along the back of the wrist into the forearm. You can lift your heel of the palm up a little bit if that feels better for you. And as you come up to your knees, we're going to wrap the fingertips around one another and rotate through the wrists a couple times. It should feel so good. All right, let's take it around the other way. And then we're gonna pump the fingers out and in a few times. God, this is great for neuropathy. Let's roll through the shoulders. And bring those shoulder rolls around to the front. Good, so I think the arms are ready for action now. Go ahead, big inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Lean to one side. Inhale, rise up through center, lean to the other side. Back in through center. Exhale, walk the hands one step forward of your tabletop, come up into plank, and then push into your downward facing dog. Good, let's pedal through the knees and walk our dog here. You can look back towards your knees, towards your toes, or out towards your fingertips. Good, let's bring those feet forward. Slowly walk them in. Coming into your forward fold once again. Head, neck, and shoulders relax towards the ground. Hands to opposite elbows. Let's sway side to side. Release any tension along the shoulders. Let your head hang heavy. Allow that pressure into the arms to kind of unfold the upper back. Fantastic. Bring it into the center. Slowly arch all the way back up to standing. As you come to the top, release the arms, open the fingertips all the way up to the sky. Interlace the hands. Light lean side to side. Good, just feeling the stretch along the outer edges of the body from shoulder to hip. Inhale, back up. Exhale, swan dive down towards your mat. Going into your Uttanasana, your forward fold, head, neck, and shoulders, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Now let's go ahead, take the other foot back here, just enough so that we've kind of forgotten all the moves that we did. Walk the hands in. Good, so the left hand on the ground, right hand to the hip. We're pushing the knee out, maybe going into wonky plank. I'm sure there's a more technical name for this, but it kind of feels exactly like that, exactly like a wonky plank, a hip opening plank. Hands to the inner arch. We're gonna walk the foot out. Again, I said we're gonna kind of do the sequencing a little bit differently on this side. You can drop the back knee or keep it raised, whatever feels right for you, and come down into your lizard lunge. Good, one more breath, and then bring your hands back to the mat. Unfold the front knee, going into kneeling pyramid. Feel that stretch from heel to hip, just going as far forward into the stretch as feels right for you. Unfolding the back of the knee as much as feels right for you. As you release the foot back down to the floor, curl the toes under the heel, lift the back knee, and let's go into pyramid. Good, front toes up or down, hand around the front foot for additional stretch along the bottom of your arch into your calf, and then release back down. Let's go ahead, step into plank, rock forward, exhale to your mat. Inhale, rise into cobra or up dog. Exhale, push, press, lift, downward facing, and let's walk that dog. Awesome. Feel the stretch along the heel into the calf, all the way through the hips and back. Let's come down into all fours once again, changing it up a little bit. Let's go ahead into our cat to cow. Just a few rounds to open up the back and front of the body. Good, maybe going a little bit further with each stretch this round. Now that we're a little bit warmer, try to drop the belly down a little bit further and try to arch the back up a little bit higher. Good, let's go for one more. Awesome, coming back into tabletop. Release the right arm to the floor, left leg extends back. We're gonna circle through the ankle as you raise the leg up to the sky. Go ahead, take those ankle circles the other way. And then let's do a little Pilates side crunch. Draw the knee in towards the shoulder and then extend the leg all the way back. Now you can look towards the knee as you draw it in, really getting that side oblique, and then look towards the front edge of the mat as you kick the leg back. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze in and lengthen all the way to the back wall. Pull, 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 and extend. Awesome. From here, let's circle through the hip. Good. Tracing the back wall with your toes, checking in with the hip, trying to keep your balance and stability from crown to hip, taking it around the other direction. 2 more turns. Good. Now keep the leg nice and high. Fold the heel in towards the hip, coming into your hamstring curl. Good. Heel towards hip. Squeeze along the back of the thigh from knee to glute. Good. Let's do 1 more. And now let's keep the leg folded and bring knee across knee. All right, so go ahead, down, circle, once again into hip circles. Now we're going a little bit further into our range of motion. Go ahead, take it around the other way. Maybe going a little bit further, just checking in with where you are today. Good, maintaining stability and balance. Now hold the heel up, and now we'll cross knee over knee, and then kick the heel all the way up and extend the leg. Go ahead, cross over, and leg extension. Go ahead, outer thigh into the glute, nice stretch, and then strengthen. 1 more time. Awesome, knees tucked in. Release into child's pose, hands to front, hips to heels, lengthen and extend all the way from your fingertips down to your glutes. Rising up, let's go into a pigeon pose, stretching out our stabilizer leg. So we've got the right leg forward, left leg back. That leg that was holding us, kind of just hanging out while the other one did all the work, is now getting that big stretch that it deserves. As you rise up, we're going to keep that back leg folded in, extend the back leg, and come into a hamstring stretch. Gate pose, arms up and over, reaching out towards the toes. Connect if you can, or just lengthen like I am here. Now from here, let's go ahead and weave the hand that was on the top across to the outer edge of the calf or foot. Allow your forehead to drop towards your thigh and focus on the stretch from heel to hip. From your hamstring stretch, turn back forward, brief moment in pigeon before you step back into plank. Good, vinyasa through, exhale to your mat, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, rise into cobra or up dog. Exhale, push, press, lift, downward facing, walk the dog. Fantastic. Slowly drop your knees back down to the floor. Let's come into that tabletop position. Arch up and release down into your cat and cow. So 3rd time's a charm, like they say, right? So really get into that stretch along the back body. Feel the length along the front body. Let's do that 2 more times. And let's go into that leg extension. All right, so leg extends back into your ankle circles. Bring it around the other way. And if you have not yet, come down to that left forearm as you bring the knee in and extend back. So we're going into that side crunch, knee tuck and extend. Go ahead, right leg tucks in towards the right shoulder and then extends all the way back. 1 more. Good, holding it out. Let's fold the heel in for those hamstring curls. Curl in, extend out. Good, lengthen extension all the way from the hips to the toes. Fold, fold, fold. Good, let's not forget those hip circles. Good, so leg long, bring it around and up. Circle around and up, tracing the back ceiling or the back of the wall with your toes. Bring it around the other way. Good, now hold the fold. Let's circle through the hip once again, going a little bit more into our range of motion. Good, really fold that heel in, circle along the hip line, and now let's bring it around the other way. Good, again, maybe trying a little bit more range of motion. Each circle you go, paying attention to your body, listening to any cues. And let's do that crossover, so that outer thigh stretch into the kick and extend. Good, crossing leg over leg, and then extending all the way to the back of the room. Good, fold in and lengthen. Let's do one more crossover. And back up and extend. Fantastic. Back into child's pose. Let's extend all the way to the front, hips to heels, arms to the front edge of the mat. Nice stretch from your fingertips to your tailbone. As you rise up, that stabilizer leg gets your pigeon pose stretch. Good, so we've got our left leg forward, right leg back this time. Leaning out over into reclining pigeon. Feels so good, right? Awesome, let's take one more breath here. And as you let go, let's go into our gate pose. Good, fingertips reaching towards what was your back leg. Maybe connecting, maybe just one side connecting. And then we're gonna take that top hand and we're gonna weave it through bottom hand, bottom leg, trying to reach all the way outer edge of the calf or outer edge of the foot. Hinge your body forward, release your forehead towards your thigh or calf, and feel the stretch along the back of the thigh. Rising up, let's reach back to the front edge of the mat, curl toes under heels, step both feet back. Chaturanga Dandasana, back down to the floor. Inhale, rise, cobra or up dog. Exhale, push, press, lift, downward facing, and let's walk the dog. Good, from walking the dog, walk that dog all the way forward into your forward fold. This time, hands wrap around the back of the head, elbows kind of sway side to side. Feel the stretch along the back of the neck. Let your hands kind of pull the head down towards the floor so you get the stretch along the cervical spine. Awesome, bringing it back into center. Push the head into the hands as you arch up all the way to standing. Taking your time, pushing the head into the hands as you rise up into a light backward bend, looking towards the sky. Slowly release the hands from the back of the head. Reach and bring your hands to your thighs. Let's try a little balance, but first let's step off the mat. So that cushioning on your mat is great for your spine, but not so great for your balance. So if you step off, you can get a better balance. Left knee up, right foot kind of connecting with the floor, grounded from toe to heel. We try our balance first before we kind of take it next level. We're gonna bring the left hand to the big toe, going into hand to big toe posture. If you're ready for it, you can go right into it. Otherwise, you are welcome to stay here with the knee folded. You can bring your right hand to the sky if that feels right for you. Try to unfold the right knee as best you can. You want maybe a little bit of bend or a soft bend into the knee just to connect the quadricep. Think of the quadricep as your trunk, the strong standing leg. We're going to continue with that strong standing leg. Shoot the left leg back behind you, coming into stork. Reaching the arms out to the sides, lifting the heel up, and then releasing into your warrior one. Good, so the back heel is pivoted, toes turned out to the side, front foot forward. Exhale, reach right arm over right leg, left arm over left, coming into your warrior two. Unfolding into Trikonasana, your triangle pose. And then reaching the top arm up and over into extended reach triangle pose. We're going to slowly pivot that hand down towards the floor, coming into pyramid briefly, then bending the front knee, floating the back leg up to the sky into standing split. Go ahead, forehead down towards front calf, back leg up to the sky as high as feels right for you. Option, come into fallen dancer. We're going to reach opposite hand to the foot, and then we're going to try to stand from here. So tuck that back knee in. Slowly peel your hand up from the floor best you can. God, really great balance challenge here for you. Left hand rises to the sky, right hand wrapped around that left foot. Try for that opposing reach dancer pose, hinging forward from the hips. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Shake it out, walk it out. Let's try that sequence on the other side. Awesome, but first we vinyasa, so come back to your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Walk, step, or hop into plank. Inhale, rise, cobra or up dog. Exhale, push, press, lift, downward facing. Walk your dog. Good, now we're gonna walk those feet back forward. You could also hop them forward if that feels right for you. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly articulate bone by bone up to standing. As you do, light backward bend, reach. Exhale, pull the hands into the heart, standing strong and tall in Tadasana. Again, let's come down to the floor, off the mat, off that padded surface. We're gonna take core brace, shoulders back, chest up, right knee, wrap your hands around the shin. Find your balance first. Find your focal point first, your driste, whatever your eyes are gazing out on. And then wrap your hand around the toe if that's accessible for you. Coming into hand to big toe posture. Right leg extends. God, left arm up to the sky. Unfold that left knee as best you can. Go ahead, find length and extension, elevation, and strength. As you release the foot back, we're coming into stork. Extend the arms, extend the leg. God, hold it here. Find your balance, find your focus, find your stability, and then release into your warrior one. From Virabhadrasana 1, slowly extend the arms both front and back into warrior 2. All right, from here we'll go into our Trikonasana. So slowly unfold the front knee, reach one hand to the floor, one hand to the sky, extending in both directions, opening up along the chest and shoulder line. Slowly pivot that top hand up and overhead into extended reach, triangle pose, and then pivot the hand to the floor. Quick transition to lift that back leg up into standing split. As you lower the forehead towards the mat, extend the back leg to the sky. Now, option, come into your fallen dancer, fold heel to hip, reach opposite hand back. Go ahead, try to hold on. Balance here for a moment and then start to shift the knee downward as you attempt to stand upward. Once you find your balance and stability in that quadricep stretch, we're going to hinge forward. Slowly lift the back heel up from the hip as you tip. Extend and lengthen along the hip to knee line, top of the thigh. Go ahead, slowly bring it back in. Let's shake it out, come back onto our mat and get ready for our closing sequence. Big inhale up, light backward bend. From your backward bend, slowly swan dive down to the mat into Malasana this time. So you're sitting back into a low squat, hips to knee line or below, maybe hips all the way down towards the heels. Take a warrior stance with the hands, elbows to inner knees, fist pressed to open palm. Good, opening up along the hips. This pose is amazing for your digestion. Slowly release. Let's walk back. We're going to come into reverse tabletop, fingertips facing forward. Elevate the hips as you push through the heel of the palm, and then slowly sweep the hips all the way back through the hands. Good, do that again a few more times. Lift the hips into reverse tabletop. Good, really use the core as you sweep the hips back through the hands. Now, depending on the length of your arms versus your trunk, your hips might be kind of grazing the floor or they might be lifted. Awesome. Let's release all the way to the floor. Reach all the way out to your toes. Nice stretch into the hamstrings and glutes. Lower your forehead towards your thighs, towards your knees. Reach your hands toward your toes. And maybe light sway side to side as you release into the back and into the hamstrings and glutes. Good, let's come down into our release all the way to the mat. Reach the hands all the way up overhead and then spine stretch all the way forward. So we're going to roll all the way down. Readjust onto your mat if you need to. Go into that spinal stretch and then slowly articulate bone by bone down to your mat. Keep your core braced as you reach your arms overhead and then peel yourself up. Good. Try to keep your heels pressed down all the way to your mat as you reach forward and then slowly bring yourself back down to the floor. Awesome. Let's do that again. Reach, 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 reach. Nice stretch from fingertips to tailbone. And then slow release using your core as you bring your body back down to the mat. Let's hold it here for a moment. Bring one knee in and slowly circle through the hip. And go ahead, turn it in the other direction. Just checking in with your hip. And then slowly, we're going to draw our nose up towards our knee as we float the other leg up from the floor. Good, so going into our single leg stretch with bent knee. Good, nice and easy each side. Keep your core connected, like your belly button is sewn down towards the floor. Shoulders elevated up from the mat. Eye gaze kind of right towards the knee line. Good, let's do a few more on each side. Really stretching and lengthening from the hip to the toes as you stretch that leg down towards the floor. Let's release. Here we're holding the other leg in, circling through the hip, and then bringing those circles in the other direction. Awesome. Slowly, and shift yourself up onto your mat. We're going to bring both knees in, and then extend and reach both arms out. Now, option, you can lift your head as you draw the knees in, really tucking your body in tight, and then extending length and extension from toes to fingertips on the way down. Now, if you really want to challenge, you could keep your head up and lifted throughout, and then also try to keep your shoulders up and lifted throughout as well. Awesome, keep going. Tuck in. And rest. Let's circle both knees around right here. And bring those knee circles around the other way as well. Good. From tucked, we're going to extend the legs all the way up to the sky. Take one leg, pull it in towards you, lower the other leg down towards the mat, draw your nose up towards your knee, and then switch sides. Good, continue now going into your single leg stretch with a straight leg. Unfold along the back of the knee, lengthen extension from hips all the way up to your toes. Keep your core connected nice and strong down towards the mat. Good, eye gaze towards the knees, length, length, length. Feel that stretch into the hamstrings and strength into your abdomen. Go ahead, bring both hands behind the head. Let's go into our double leg stretch with straight leg, slowly lowering the legs towards the mat and then slowly extending the legs all the way up to the sky. Continue to lift and then release all the way down to your mat. Go ahead, elevation, core brace. As you release, feel that seam connection, rib cage pulled towards hips and your abs drawn in and down towards the mat. So good. Let's hold it here for legs up the wall. Flexing your toes down towards you, pointing them up towards the ceiling. Taking it down into our final few moments of our practice today. Hope you had an amazing workout. You are welcome to hold it here. If plow or shoulder stand are within your practice, you could also start to make your way in that direction. Good. A few more breaths in these poses. Just feel your blood flow kind of moving down towards your chest, towards your abdomen, moving into more of a rest and digest state, whether you've chosen legs up the wall, plow, or shoulder stand. Once you're ready, go ahead and release down onto the mat, reclining Baddha Konasana, reclining bound angle pose. Hands rest to the forehead, maybe take one hand onto the chest as well. This is a great pose to stimulate the vagus nerve, which will bring calm and relaxation into the mind and body. Feel your breathing start to slow. Feel your body sink into the mat. Feel your heart rate begin to slow in response to the slower breathing and the relaxation you feel from head to toes. You're welcome to stay here or start to move into Shavasana, our final rest and recovery position. From here, allow your heels to sink into the floor. Unfold along the backs of the knees, glutes, open, stretched, resting, sinking into your mat. Light lift into the lower back. Shoulders kind of pulled across the front of the body so you extend along the collarbone. Relax the shoulders from your ears. Rest the muscles along the face and let the head sink into your mat. Feel the sturdiness of the floor beneath you. I'm going to leave you with this quote, random quote from 30 Seconds to Mars. If we change the way we look at life, the life we look at changes. These next few moments are all yours to rest, to recover, to refresh, and to renew. If you need more time, feel free to press pause. Otherwise, start to wiggle the fingers and toes, and then gently draw your knees in towards your body, circling the knees around, massaging into the lower back. Let's bring the knees to one side, arms fall opposite. Looking out over your shoulder, feel the stretch cross the obliques into the outer thigh and glutes. Let's bring the knees opposite, arms reaching away from the knees. Feel that stretch across your whole body. Such an amazing workout with you all today. I appreciate you joining me. Slowly rise up into a seated position. And whatever seated position you prefer, let's take those arms all the way up to the sky. Extend fingertips to the ceiling. Slowly bring the arms out to the sides and then envelop yourself in a well-deserved hug. Thank you for creating time for your health and well-being today. Until next time, namaste. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to let me know you want more videos like this one. And remember to follow me on social when you have a chance at HealyFit on Instagram and beyond.